Welcome back, folks, and this second recipe I'm going to do is a quite simple one. It saves having cereal, so it could be like cereal on the go. Both these recipes are fairly simple, and if you cook this, they last for 4 days. So yeah. So the second one is tropical breakfast bars. Uh, Very simple, and all what you need is 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, plus extra for the tin, two large ripe bananas, one large egg, 70 gram of light brown soft sugar, 250 gram of nutty muesli, and 100 gram of tropical dried fruit. I couldn't get tropical dried fruit, so all I'm using is mixed fruit, but I've also got some goji berries to put in it. But you can add other ones of your choosing. It's completely up to you which ones you use. So first part of this is we need to stick the oven on to 180 degrees or 160 if it's fan assisted or gas mark 4. So ours is fan assisted, so 160, because while we're preparing, it gives it time to warm up. And then what we need to do is lightly oil and line a 20-metre deep square tin with baking parchment. So I've got my tin, and all I'm going to do is put a bit of oil on. I don't see point of this. So a slight bit of oil. I'm just going to use my hands because it's just as simple to wash my hands basically. So just give my hands a quick wash, folks. So yeah, just give my hands a quick wash. And then next part of it is, so firstly we need the bananas. I'm doubling my recipe, just to let you know, but it does state too large. It does say ripe bananas. I'm just having to make do with these. So they are slight ripe, but I should get the same effect. Just takes a slight bit more work. So yeah, once you've done that, the last one. And the best way to mash it, folks, I've found, so if I turn my camera down, is with a fork. A fairly sturdy fork as well. So all I'm doing is squashing it down like that. Just keep on mashing it. I just want it into like a pasty. I want it smoothish. So yeah. Your hands do get very sticky doing this. Yeah. Just keep on squashing it with a fork. Or I could even use a potato masher, I dare say, depending on what type of potato masher you've got. Give it a stir, and last bit, because it doesn't bother me if it's got big clumps in. just get the biggest ones out. So there you have it. And then what we need to do now, just let me quickly wipe my hands slightly, because I've got sticky banana stuff all over them. And then what we need to do is we need to add 3 tablespoons of oil. One, 2, 3. I'm adding more because, like it says, I'm doubling the recipe, folks. Yeah. And then what we have done is I need 2 eggs, since I'm doubling, but if you're doing it, you just need 1 large egg. So and then what we need to do is just mash the egg first, so give it a good beat it. So quick beating. And then chuck that in. And then the last ingredient is our sugar. So what you need is 70 gram of light brown of soft sugar. So where's my scissors, top of the packet? And then turn my scales on. They're working. So I need 140 gram. Oh, slightly more there. That'll do. And chuck that in. Give that a good stir. Like I said, I've got big bits of banana in mine, but I don't mind that at all, folks. And then what we need to do is add 250 gram of nutty muesli. I've got the Sainsbury's kind, which bought this pan in. My scissors. Oh, scales have just gone off at wrong time. Try that again. So that's one, and then I need 1 more since I'm doubling it. But you can also use this recipe for maybe packed lunches, or if you're going out. I know it's difficult at the minute with COVID, but you're allowed to exercise as a family, so you could take some of these with you. Give that a good stir. And then what we also do, folks, is, so I'm still going to give it another stir. So then we need it says 100 gram of tropical dried fruit mix. So what I'm doing, I love these. I've got goji berries, but like it says, you can add what you want. And then what I'm also going to add is dried fruit mix. And then we'll chuck that in as well. And I might need a bigger bowl, but there you are. So give that a good stir. So your nutty fruit mix has got all sorts of variety of nuts in. Yeah, make sure that everything's coated, everything's stirred up right. And if you do the original amount, it makes roughly about 10 bars once you've cut it up, but you can cut it up to your preferred liking. And there you have it, folks. It looks different at the moment. So what we need to do is just put that to one side. Get our baking parchment. I might need to do too. The reason why I grease it is it sticks slightly to the bottom. But you can use butter, which is another helpful tip. And basically all we're doing is spooning or forking that mixture in the tin. It does say use a 20cm deep square tin. It depends on how you like it, because I'm doing mine, like I said, I've double mixture, but I like nice thick chunky bars. And then what we're basically doing is pushing that so it fills the entire tin evenly. So you can use a spoon if you find it more just as easy. But you can also, on top of this, folks, and this recipe I've never tried, so as in all these recipes on Eat Well, I never try, I always make beforehand, but if this turns out well, I'm definitely doing it and using it for pack up for work. And then last thing, if you choose to do so, you can sprinkle some on top. Some of your mix, even though you can see some, just sprinkle it on top. And yeah, and then we'll just bang it into the oven for 30 to 40 minutes and then leave to cool down. So once it's cooked, I shall be back, folks. I'm back, folks. So all I'm going to do now is take the breakfast bars out of the oven, just see how it looks. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do is leave it to rest for about maybe 10-15 minutes and then I shall be back. Yep, I'm back, folks. So as you can see, our things have basically cooled down, and the way we get them out is, and it is still slightly warm, is the easiest way I find, and you get less crumbs when cutting it as well, is pop your bacon on top there, and then just flip it over, and then hopefully it should just come off like that. This is a very sticky recipe, folks. And now all what we'll do next is, since it is mainly cool, is where's my knife gone? Is mark out how big you want each piece. It is very spongy actually. And then, like I said, the ever important taste test. And I'll tell you what, that is gorgeous, folks. So yeah, so join me next week for our next surprise. Bye.